Last night, The Late Show with Stephen Colbert turned into a political war zone. Senator J.D. Vance, Ohio firebrand and proud Trump loyalist, was booted off set after a clash so fierce it stunned the studio, sent shockwaves through the internet, and rattled the late-night world to its core. What began as a buzzed-about interview quickly spiraled into a battlefield. Vance came in confident, touting his rural roots, his meteoric rise, his 2024 VP run alongside Trump. But Colbert wasn't offering softballs. So JD, here to sell Appalachia or just Trump's latest grift? The jab landed hard. Laughter rippled across the audience. Some squirmed. Vance smirked, then struck. I'm here for truth, Stephen, not your cheap shots. Tension sparked. Instantly, Colbert cued a clip of Vance on the campaign trail, praising Trump, railing against elites. Quite the sermon, Colbert said, smirking. Is that grit? Or just a guy cashing in on red state resentment? Vance didn't flinch. It's grit you'll never understand. I lived it. You mock it, from your cushy chair. The crowd cracked, some cheering, others jeering. Producers leaned in. Something was slipping. But what turned the segment volatile wasn't just the jabs, it was how personal it got. Vance leaned forward, tone sharp. You don't know my people, Stephen. You're a coastal snob with a mic. Colbert didn't back down. Snob? I'm not the one cozying up to billionaires, JD. The room shifted. Vance's jaw locked. Gasps. Shouts. Colbert's grin widened. He smelled blood. And Vance? He came ready to swing. The interview went off the rails. Your hillbilly roots must feel far away now, Colbert said coldly, rolling footage of Vance at a Trump rally, grinning with donors, praising the former president. The crowd responded. Laughs, murmurs, unease. Vance's voice cut through. That's loyalty, Stephen. Something you wouldn't understand. You flip for laughs. The audience roared, split between cheers and boos. Colbert leaned in. Loyalty? Or leashing? You went from rags to riches and landed in Trump's lap. The jab hit. Vance snapped. Lapdog? I fight for people you ignore. You're the pet. Corporate cash keeps you barking. The blow was brutal. The crowd surged, some on their feet shouting. Producers scrambled, headsets buzzed. The segment was unraveling live. But what lit the fuse wasn't just the heat. It was Vance's unshaken defiance. He leaned into the fire. You mock my story, Stephen. I clawed up. From nothing, you inherited your voice, and then chaos. Colbert signaled to cut. Security edged in. Vance stood, chest tight, refusing to be silenced. This show's a joke, he growled. But the people watching? They're not. And with that, he walked off. No wave. No glance. Back. Just fury. The crowd sat stunned. The internet didn't. Clips of the clash exploded across platforms. Memes, hot takes, headlines. J.D. Vance walks off. Colbert breaks the GOP VP. Late night unhinged. The fallout was immediate. Cable news picked it up within the hour. Vance vs. Colbert trended into the millions. Supporters rallied. Critics piled on. Analysts dissected every word. Insiders say Colbert opened his next segment with a wry smile. Well, that escalated. Ratings? Sky high. The line was crossed. The fuse was lit. And late night? Never the same again. His tone was raw, defiant. He stood at the desk, eyes burning as the crowd leaned in. Colbert grinned. Clawed out? He mocked. You clawed into power, JD. Sold out the roots you love to brag about. The words sliced through the air. The audience fractured, some chanting JD, JD, others laughing, phones raised, recording every second. One ex-post labeled Vance Unhinged was already racking up likes by the second. The interview had turned brutal, stakes personal, the Yaibo studio pulsing with electricity. Vance's fists clenched, his jaw tight. I'm not your punching bag, Stephen, he snapped. I'll take you down. The threat was loud, his voice shaking. And Colbert? He pounced. Take me down? You're shaking, JD. That Trump armor's cracking. He gestured toward Vance's tense frame. The crowd roared. Some even rushed toward the stage edge. Producers frantically waved for a commercial. Too late, I'm not done, Vance bellowed. You don't cut me off. His voice exploded over the chaos. Insiders say he was pushing past every line. No script, no filter, racing toward a meltdown. The Late Show hit a fever pitch. Senator J.D. Vance, Trump's fiercest ally, stood toe-to-toe with Colbert in a confrontation that detonated live. Taunts flew, tension soared, and the audience turned into a mob. Colbert's smirk stayed. He leaned into the fire. Cracking, J.D.? That hillbilly act's fading. You're just a Senate sellout now. The screen flashed a mock graphic. Vance, with Trump dollar signs swirling behind them. The crowd exploded. Some laughed, others booed. Vance's eyes blazed. Sellout? I'm real, Stephen. You're a fake, peddling lies for claps. The crowd split in half, cheers clashing with jeers. Producers motioned wildly. The live feed held. The chaos unfolded. Colbert struck again. Real? You're Trump's puppet, JD. Dancing for his cash, his crowd. The jab was savage, personal. And Vance roared back, standing tall. Puppet? I'm my own man, Stephen. You're the puppet. Corporate strings jerking you around. He slammed. A fist on the desk. Thud. The echo cut through the studio. The crowd erupted, some chanting, JD fights. Others yelling, sit down. Phones filmed it all. X-posts surged. One clip of Vance trembling titled JD snaps on Colbert instantly went viral. Colbert pointed at his hands. Your own man, you're shaking, JD. Trump's got you. Wound tight. The room caught fire. But what turned this spectacle into a meltdown wasn't the words. It was Vance cracking. He rose, towering over the desk. You don't know me, Stephen, he shouted. I've bled for my people. You've bled for ratings. His voice cracked. Raw. Colbert didn't blink. Bled? You're bleeding now. JD. Live. Look at you. The taunt cut deep. The crowd surged again, some yelling, Finish him! Vance snapped. I'll finish you, you smug hack. The threat came wild, unhinged. Cups flew. People screamed. Phones filmed. Security was already in motion. Producers signaled frantically. He's losing it. But Vance wasn't done. You're nothing, Stephen. I'll tear this down. His voice boomed, shaking with rage. Colbert stood, calm but firm. Tear it down. You're falling apart, JD. Get out. The command was final. The crowd screamed, some chanting, kick him, others pleading, let him stay. Vance ripped off his mic. I'm not your toy. You're done. He hurled it at the desk. Crash. Metal against wood. The sound echoed. Security lunged. Vance thrashed. Let me go. I'll walk. His fury was raw. Unchecked. Chaos peaked. X exploded. Vance meltdown. Trended worldwide within minutes, and just like that, the VP hopeful was gone. Dragged from the Late Show stage, a political brawl for the ages, a moment late night will never forget, and a warning. Next time you step into Colbert's arena, come ready to bleed. J.D. Vance, Ohio's Trump-backed warrior, was forcibly booted off the set of The Late Show last night after a live volcanic clash with Stephen Colbert spiraled into a screaming free-for-all. It ended with Vance's dramatic mic toss, security dragging him off stage, and a studio in complete uproar. The nation watched, stunned. Sources say the meltdown began the moment Vance vowed to tear Colbert down. Colbert didn't flinch. He hit back hard, and when Vance lost it, the final shove came. Security moved. Fast. Vance thrashed. Voice hoarse with fury. Let me go, I'll walk. His mic slammed against the desk. Colbert stood tall, cool. You're done, JD. Hit the road. The crowd exploded. Some cheered. Out! Out! Others booed. Let him stay! As guards pulled him off, Vance screamed, You're a coward, Stephen, hiding behind them. His voice cracked. His shoes scraped the stage floor. Live TV, pure mayhem. Phones flashed. Fans filmed. Some chanted, Trump's boy falls. Others, Yelled, "Stand strong, JD." The room turned riotous. Producers frozen, headsets dead silent. "He's gone," one whispered, as the feed stayed live. Colbert waved him off, smirking. "There goes the hillbilly, folks." Show's over. Laughter roared. Debris flew. The chaos, untamed. But the real shock wasn't the kickout. It was the collapse. Vance broke. "I'll be back. You'll pay," he shouted. Security shoved him out. Colbert leaned back unfazed. "You paid tonight, JD," in sweat and shame. The mic drop wasn't his. It was Colbert's. The internet detonated. X blew up. Clips of Vance's mic toss, fists clenched, face red, surged across feeds. One post read, "Kicked off." Another, "Colbert owns him." Millions watched the downfall loop. Memes flooded TikTok, hillbilly heartbreak trending with sad fiddle music. Some showed him mid-scream, others mid-drag. Inside the studio, producers split, some thrilled by the ratings spike, others fearing backlash. It was too raw to spin. Vance's team went dark. Sources say he raged backstage. They'll regret this, but the damage was done. The tough guy image? Cracked, Colbert basked. "That's how you handle a senator," he quipped as the crowd buzzed. Security cleared the stage. Phones kept filming. Online, the storm rolled on. One thread read, "Vance, crushed." Another declared, "Colbert, unstoppable." Analysts broke it down. Colbert played him cold. JD walked into the fire, got burned. The fallout? Roaring, uncontainable. What started as a bold sit-down became a viral implosion, a defining moment for late night, and maybe a breaking point for Vance. Backstage, he was seen storming out, aides scrambling, his voice raw. "They'll pay for this." Hours later, he posted to X, "Truth doesn't bend, I'll rise." It hit 150,000 likes, but the replies? Brutal. "You fell, JD." Mic toss meltdown. Trump's soldier breaks on live TV. Viral threads declared him owned. TikTok lit up with clips, captions like "Senator Snap" and "Hillbilly Exit." His supporters rallied. He's a fighter. But to the internet, he's a meme now. "They cheated," one post cried. But the internet didn't care. The tide surged. JD Vance's tough guy armor shattered. His grit image cracked wide open. Colbert's camp smelled blood and victory. Sources say the very next night, he opened with a dagger. "We had a senator. He brought heat. I brought the boot." The line landed hard. Smug. Triumphant. Viewers ate it up. Ratings exploded, up 55%, a record spike. America was hooked on the wreckage. Colbert was crowing. "Vance thought he'd roll me. I rolled him." His crew was buzzing, already plotting more bold plays. Analysts nodded. He crushed it. But behind the high fives, some whispered. He painted a target on his back. The win came laced with risk. But the crowd? They roared. Colbert rules trended. His crown locked tighter. The internet split like lightning. Vance's base mourned. They ambushed him. He's gold. One X post racked up shares like wildfire. But critics pounced. Trump's lapdog down. That one went viral. Fast. The debates ignited. Was it too far? Clips of Vance's live meltdown were dissected frame by frame. He snapped, one pundit said. Colbert baited him, perfectly, another added. Some even predicted bruises in the Senate. Inside the Trump camp, chatter surged. Vance's rise rocked. Sources say he's gone dark, holed up, plotting. Talk of a counterstrike is floating, maybe a rival hit, maybe something louder. For now, his silence screams. That loss? It's sticking. And the ripple effects? Seismic. Late night's never seen a moment like this. Experts call it a shift. Colbert didn't just rewrite the rules, and he broke them. Networks are scrambling. Bolder guests, tighter leashes. The wrong move could spark a fade and or a fire. Audiences are split. Half scream, he smashed a senator. Half flinch. Too harsh. But the marker's set. Vance fell. Colbert carved his name in viral stone. And this isn't over. This is the spark. Vance's comeback. Colbert's next strike, the next explosion's coming. Stay locked in. If you're riding this madness, smash that subscribe. Don't blink. The next fire's already lit.